Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about surface area. The technical definition of surface area is the sum of the areas of all the faces of a solid figure. Well, that's a lot of words. So let's think about what it might mean in terms of real life. If we were in a classroom, I would hold up a box of tissues. And I would tell you that while the tissues inside represent the volume, the cardboard that you can see that the box is made of is the surface area. So, unfortunately, when they make boxes, they overlap the cardboard so that it holds together. A more realistic, but kind of gross way of thinking about it is if you think of a person's organs and blood and all the stuff that's inside of them, that could be thought of as their volume. And their surface area would be their skin. So every part that touches the outside that can be seen by from the outside, that is your surface area. Okay? So now we're going to look at an example of surface area of a rectangular prism. One way of calculating surface area is to look at the net for a solid figure. So that's what we're going to do in this lesson today. Now, in order to do that, we open up this rectangular prism. So that's exactly what you see. And I can actually kind of label the corresponding parts. So if you see the green is, let's get this bigger, the green is the top and the bottom, and the yellow is the front and the back, and the blue is the right and the left. And this is going to become very important, and the reason that I color coded them is, you guessed it, the faces that are the same color are congruent. So the areas are equal. So really all we have to do is find the areas of three faces. And then we can actually just duplicate them. So let's see what I mean by that. Let's take the front. Okay? If you can see, the front is 4 centimeters by what? Well, you see by the blue it says 3 centimeters over here. Well, if this is 3 centimeters, this has to be 3 centimeters because they're opposite sides of a rectangle. And then this has to be 3 centimeters as well because, again, opposite sides of a rectangle. So this is going to be 4 centimeters by 3 centimeters. Okay, so the area is going to be base times height, which equals 3 times 4, which equals 12 square centimeters. Okay, now if the front is 12 square centimeters, then the back has to be 12 square centimeters. Okay, now let's look at the top, which is the green part. Okay, we can't see the bottom, but we can see that if, again, look at the blue. If this is 2, then the opposite side has to be 2. So this is going to be 2 centimeters. And if we look at the front, this is 4 centimeters, so the opposite side has to be 4 centimeters. So that's also one side of the top. And so if the top is going to be 4 centimeters as well. So we have 4 centimeters. And if this is 2, then we said this was 2. So this is 2 centimeters. And so we have area equals base times height, which equals 4 times 2, which equals 8 square centimeters. Okay, let's kind of circle this. And if the top is 8 square centimeters, the bottom has to be 8 square centimeters as well. And now let's take a look at the right. The right, we have the dimensions already. The right has a base of 2 and a height of 3. So area equals base times height, which equals 2 times 3, which equals 6 square centimeters. Okay. Now, since a rectangular prism has 6 faces, we want to make sure that we add all of the areas of all the faces. This is going to be 6. Okay, and the yellow matches with the yellow, so 12. Okay, so I like to do it this way. I like to make sure that we cover all the sides. So front, back, top, bottom, right, left. And I know that back and bottom have both start with a B, but they're paired up with their congruent partner. So the front is 12 square centimeters, so the back has to be 12. The top is 8 square centimeters, so the bottom has to be 8. The right is 6 square centimeters, and the left is 6 as well. When we add them up, what do we get? Let's see, we get 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 plus 8 is 20. 28, 30, 32. And 3, 4, 5. So your surface area is, and we shorten it, we say surface area. Your surface area is 52 square centimeters. Notice that surface area is in square units. Even though the figure is three-dimensional, because what are we looking for? We're not looking for the volume. We're not looking for the number of cubes inside. We're looking for the number of squares on each face. Okay, so again, surface area is in square units.